Hey everyone, today's video is the second video in my collaboration with Alyona Creates. Make sure you check her channel. I will leave a link below. And we decided to collaborate because it's fun and we thought you might enjoy it. And we both have upcoming classes. So yeah, to celebrate that occasion. And her class is called Playful Watercolors in mixed media, or with mixed media. Yikes. And mine is intuitive painting in watercolor. Now the first video that I did, you can find it on my channel, was more focused on that intuitive part. And today I will try to do the more playful mixed media part. And I thought a good place to start would be to gather my supplies and pick more playful supplies. So I decided to go with, I actually created this palette especially for this video, and this has just some really fun products in it that make me want to play. So I have these I don't know, crayons or whatever you want to call them. They are very smooth. I got them in Japan and they have like several colors in them. So I thought maybe I would use them. And here I have a selection of watercolors. So these four here are from Alyona's set actually, which is really beautiful. I don't know if she still offers them, but it comes in this cute tin and it's a lip and cheek set, and you can see these beautiful colors. So I thought it would be fun to include her watercolors. And then this set is my set that was a collaboration with Little Rainbow Moon, and I picked two of the colors here, and then she picked the other two, Little Rainbow Moon, and they're just really fun. And then I have a few other watercolors from my stash, including some other Little Rainbow Moon paints, some paints I made myself in a recent workshop, and some that the lovely James Burke gifted me. And yeah, those to me are kind of my feel-good paints, and I would say they encourage some playtime. And then I also I took these big blocks of charcoal by Derwent. So yes, if you've noticed, I switched to narration. I don't know why I stopped talking. It's possible that there were kids at home and there was noise and I just wanted to start painting. So in the first video in my collaboration with Alyona, we both focused on intuitive painting, which is, I think, kind of a big topic, and I'll talk about that in connection with my new course, which will be released very, very soon. Everything is challenging these days because school is only part-time, so I don't have a lot of time alone at home, but I'm doing my best to, get things done. And today's video, I wanted to focus more on Alyona's course theme, which I don't know what exactly the course will be. So all I had to work with was the title. And this is my interpretation of Playful. And I have to say it was really fun. There are a lot of things that kind of puzzle me about, the daily practice of art. But, not really, because if you have a hobby that is something like reading or, even sports, you're not creating something from nothing, right? You don't have to invent whatever it is that you're doing. But if you are painting and you don't, register to the whole school of, I don't know, aspiring to do a hyper real painting or copying or rendering a really accurate interpretation of a photo or something like that, then you have a lot of freedom. And for some reason, that brings its own set of challenges. You would think that, oh, I can just paint what I want and, I don't have to make it look like anything. But it's actually harder than One would think, or at least it is for me. And I don't know why. For some reason, when I put the title of, I'm going to make a playful painting, which I can do with every painting, it kind of inspired me to try all kinds of things. Now, I think at some point I took it a bit too far, which is my signature move, I would say. At some point you'll see just that it gets colorful, more and more colorful, but I've also learned that is an essential part of my process. I think a lot of artists have to go too far sometimes to know that they've gone far enough in other paintings. I hope that makes sense. So I used these happy, playful colors that I have there in my palette to start a very loose floral. This is where I am right now. This is what I love, what I enjoy, and I feel that right now I can keep on painting these all day, every day, and just give them different interpretations and try different things. And in this particular one, I really didn't try hard to make it look pretty, which sometimes I do. And, sometimes that effort really pays off because the result is very pleasing. But then in this case, I really wanted to try and see where I can go. And at some point I thought, okay, playful. What does playful mean to me? And how can I make what I have been doing recently and loving, which are these very loose, sketchy, abstract florals? How can I bring the playful part to that? And I decided that I'm just going to grab a lot of my pencils. I think these are mostly the Prismacolor pencils, but I just use, whichever colors that I love and enjoy, and kind of sketch these little sketchy rainbow colored areas. How can I explain that? That to me is playful. I really love rainbows, and I always kind of walk that line between paintings that end up a bit too colorful for me personally. There's no right or wrong here, but I don't know what it is about my process or kind of my natural tendency to really use a lot of color, but then not being happy with the end result. So one or the other has to go. Either I have to kind of rein in all the colors and calm down to make something that I really, really love the end result, or I can play with all the colors and, get it out of my system. And yeah, sometimes it works out, and then sometimes it's like, a unicorn literally vomited a rainbow on my painting. But so I don't know what it is, I wonder if, I'm sure there are a lot of artists that just paint their natural urges or choices end up in a great result. But for me, I guess I'm still kind of figuring things out. I don't know. And it's kind of weird because it might sound like I'm contradicting myself, because if I'm preaching for intuitive painting, then, for me, that would probably be more colorful, but then I'm not happy about the result. So I don't know. I really don't know where is exactly my happy place. It seems that there is some struggle, and not just everything that I put on the paper turns out in a way that I personally like. Maybe for other people, the more colorful pieces are more attractive, and then it's such a subjective thing, but it's definitely an exploration. And yeah, I get into that in great detail in the course. But let's get back to this painting. So I can look at it now. I'm recording this narration the following week. I've been on vacation and I've been away from, for like 2 days vacation. I've been away from my studio, and I can look at this, I feel, with some more critical eyes. That green, I don't know. It's not giving me such happy feelings, but that is the process of learning, and there's a lot of trial and error until you find that perfect combo. And that perfect combo for me will probably be the perfect combo for that particular painting or that particular day. And then the next day I'll fall in love with a different color combo. But yeah, looking at this now, that green kind of messes up the color scheme that I have here. I do think all the colorful, sketchy pencil lines are really, really cute. And many times I find that it's all about the right dosage, the right quantity. I can absolutely include a lot of colors in my paintings, but I find that it usually works better for me when I start with a more limited color palette and then slowly add more colors. I have been talking a lot and painting a lot in the last weeks, and I don't know when I said what. So if I'm repeating things I've said before, then forgive me. So here I'm kind of using my sketchy pencil lines as a guide to where I should add more watercolors. So I'm kind of building on those colorful areas, and I'm happy with that. It's fun. It makes me feel happy. And I'll show you at the end of the video, you can see just some close-ups of the finished painting. I think it's finished. Oh, here's some more playful stuff. Let's paint a sketchy rainbow in the middle of this sketchy, crazy floral piece. Because why not? Because, that's Alyona's course topic. So I'm just going to give it my own interpretation. And honestly, this was so much fun. I don't know why sometimes we kind of need that license to do whatever we want, mess things up, not take ourselves and our art too seriously. But yeah. So I want to thank you also for all of your very, very kind and lovely suggestions for July. I haven't done anything yet. It's the 29th of June. My next project is filming the purples and violet mixes. And then I think I'm aspiring to do a weekly video. I wish I could do something like a daily video in July, but first of all, it's just not possible with my schedule. And secondly, I have really found that if you put out a lot of videos, then somehow people watch less. So it's better to, really, really focus on 1 or 2 great videos a week. And then put one out every day, I feel. And I feel that other people agree with me. Anyway, so what I definitely want to try, hopefully I can do that, is paint bigger. I do want to kind of challenge myself a little bit this month, but I also want to keep it really fun. That is one intense color. So you can see that's it's like a fluorescent yellow, and things are getting pretty colorful. But I have to say, I think I prefer that yellow on top of that green than just the green. I don't know, that light green is not giving me those happy vibes. Okay, coming in with some black pencil. This is kind of essential for my paintings these days. It really gives me much needed contrast, and kind of keeps me from adding too many dark layers, so I can still have a very light, fresh painting. What can I tell you? I'm looking at this also, on my computer screen, and I think it's really fun. So now it's time to add some darks. And I do have to say, I kind of limited myself to this palette that I curated, but I kind of wish I had my go-to darks from my usual summer palette. I think in this palette, I only had this very dark purple that just wasn't that great. Just like the color itself is not my absolute favorite. You see that kind of bluish dark purple. Yeah, I don't like those. I like my purples very pink on the violet side, or something, you know, like a lavender. So something a bit lighter. But yeah, I think, you know, I look at this and I think I would love this as like a pillow or something like that, something like a textile. And it was just so fun to make. And I really want to thank Alyona for kind of getting me to that place. I really don't think I would have painted this if it weren't for her idea for a class. So I'm sure it will be fantastic. Check out her channel, of course, and her video. I'm sure she created something beautiful that you will enjoy watching. And yeah, I'll see you soon in the violet mixing video. So stay tuned for that. And also for Watercolor Month, International Watercolor Month, month of July. This is the time to take out your paints and have fun with them. And you see the colors keep piling on. But this was so much fun. I mean, just take a look at all this delicious, yummy colors and layering. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.